Alright, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. Tomorrow is going to be the Intercontinental Championship match of Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro. It was finally announced for real after SmackDown. Basically, the challenge was laid out. Cesaro challenging Cesaro to a best 2 out of 3 falls. Of course, everybody knows how this all played out. It was basically Cesaro beat Dolph Ziggler in a non-title match on Monday Night Raw this week, and then followed it up with a real championship match on SmackDown where he fell short. Ziggler was able to get the win. So Cesaro, who thinks of himself as one of the best wrestlers out there in the WWE, he says, I want you, Ziggler. I want to go 2 out of 3 falls, and we're going to get it on at the pay-per-view. And that's basically the way that it's going to go down. I don't think that a lot of people, when they look at Cesaro's this year, it really hasn't gone the way that it was really supposed to. I mean, you go back and you think of, I can't really remember what Cesaro did at the Royal Rumble. Honestly, I can't remember him doing a damn thing if he was even in the Royal Rumble. But of course, he makes the big splash by, qualifying to go into the Elimination Chamber. That was a big surprise to a lot of people. Then Cesaro goes on and beats Randy Orton in a non-title match when Randy Orton was the WWE Champion. Of course, Orton held that belt from TLC all the way up until WrestleMania. Then he almost beats John Cena on an edition of Monday Night Raw. He was really having, wasn't that on SmackDown? Whatever it was, he was having one hell of a week. And then he goes into WrestleMania 30. He wins the Andre the Giant Battle Royal after breaking away from Zeb and Swagger, basically going off on his own little singles run. The next night, joins up with Paul Heyman, becoming a Paul Heyman guy. Paul Heyman was doing the talking for him for a good little while, and then all of a sudden, he just started losing matches somewhere around July. And then come August, before Brock Lesnar comes back, he's not even involved in what's going on with Paul Heyman at all. Basically, one night, he just comes out and he tells Triple H, I'm no longer a Paul Heyman guy, I'm a Triple H guy, and he asks for a big match where he falls flat. He comes out the next week to defend Paul Heyman's honor, basically, not even being a Paul Heyman guy anymore, but now he's just sort of, he's got an alliance with him. It just made no sense. I mean, if you break away from your manager, you should hate your manager. It made more sense for you to turn and go babyface, but they just kept him as a heel. I think there's big plans for Cesaro somewhere down the road, but for some reason, they keep on, stopping and starting him. Maybe, I'm saying just maybe, if he wins this Intercontinental Championship match from Dolph Ziggler, I think that it could be the start of something, but the Intercontinental Championship to me hasn't been relevant in a long time. It's almost like you get the title, you win a pay-per-view, and then all of a sudden you lose before you finally lose the title and you're not even involved in what's going on anymore. It was pretty funny to me that coming off of last month's pay-per-view, the mid-card guys just sort of switched themselves around. Last month we had Sheamus going up against Cesaro, and we had Ziggler going up against The Miz. It's almost like these are the 4 kings of the mid-carders, the 4 guys that they care the most about, so they're keeping them involved any way they can do it. That 3-way Monday Night Raw match they had with Ziggler, Miz, and Cesaro was by far one of the best 3-ways I've seen in a good little while. That was an awesome match. Good job to all 3 of those guys. When it comes down to it, I don't really know who to pick. Cesaro made the challenge, so it would make sense to me for him to win his own challenge. It wouldn't make sense for me for the heel to name some sort of a 2 out of 3 falls stipulation and then comes up flat on what's going down. So we're going to have to see what goes down at the pay-per-view tonight. But I got my money on Cesaro taking that Intercontinental Championship and hopefully going on a good little run with it. Maybe even a good, long run with it. Not a good little run, just extend it. I want to see him at the October pay-per-view, hopefully not called Hell in a Cell, being the IC champ still. Peace out, everybody.